So don't give us this rubbish about the need of educated immigration. We don't need your doctors. We don't need your engineers. Take them all and pay for them. We don't need them. You know why? Because there is zero terrorist attacks in Poland. Why? Because there is no illegal migration in Poland.
Recently, Poland has taken a tough stance on Islamists crossing their borders illegally to move to their country illegally. The country has banned all illegal Islamists and others.
What we're saying is send them back. Poland is the only country in the European Union which we haven't had even one terrorist attack. We don't have stabbings, we don't have rapes, we don't have all these really dangerous behaviors from migrants, illegal migrants. So our policy is very straight, zero tolerance. We built a beautiful wall on our border with Belarus, and there's no way anyone would enter Poland.
Poland, a predominantly Christian nation in Central Europe, has in recent years become a focal point of discussion surrounding immigration and border security. The country has adopted a stringent stance on illegal immigration, particularly from countries with predominantly Muslim populations. This video will delve into the factors influencing Poland's policies, the implications of its border closures, and the broader context of European immigration. So, if you've not already, subscribe to our channel and ring the bell for upcoming updates. Now, pay attention.
Will you be voting in the referendum on illegal migration?
No,
Why not?
because the questions proposed in that referendum are ridiculous.
You're against illegal immigration?
Who is not?
I probably won't vote at this referendum.
Recently, the Polish government announced that they would be closing their borders to all illegal migrants coming from Islamic countries. This controversial decision has sparked intense debate both within Poland and internationally. The Polish Prime Minister cited national security concerns as the primary reason for the border closure. We have a responsibility to protect the Polish people, and we cannot allow our country to be overrun by uncontrolled migration that poses a threat to our way of life, he said in a televised address. The decision comes after a series of high-profile terrorist attacks in Western Europe that have been linked to radicalized migrants from the Middle East and North Africa. Poland, which has historically been homogeneous and resistant to large-scale immigration, has been wary of repeating the issues faced by its European neighbors. Critics of the move have accused the Polish government of xenophobia and Islamophobia, arguing that the blanket ban on migrants from Islamic countries is discriminatory and counterproductive. Human rights groups have also raised concerns about Poland's obligations under international law to provide asylum to those fleeing persecution. Supporters of the border closure, however, argue that it is a necessary and prudent step to safeguard Poland's national security. They point to the fact that several of the perpetrators of recent terrorist attacks in Europe have entered the continent as asylum seekers or economic migrants. We cannot ignore the very real security threats posed by unchecked migration from unstable regions of the world, said the leader of the ruling Law and Justice Party. Poland has the right and the duty to protect its citizens, and that is what this policy is designed to do. The Polish government has stressed that the border closure is not a permanent measure, but rather a temporary response to the perceived security risks. They have also stated that the policy will be regularly reviewed and adjusted as necessary. Nonetheless, the decision has drawn harsh criticism from Poland's European Union partners, who have accused the government of undermining the bloc's commitment to the free movement of people. Some have even threatened retaliatory measures, such as withholding EU funds or imposing trade barriers. The ongoing debate over Poland's border closure highlights the broader tensions and complexities surrounding the issue of immigration in Europe. While concerns about security and national identity are understandable, there are also valid humanitarian and legal considerations that must be weighed. Ultimately, the success or failure of Poland's policy will depend on a variety of factors, including the evolving security situation, the effectiveness of the border controls, and the diplomatic fallout with its European partners. Poland's decision to close its borders to illegal migrants from Islamic countries is a highly controversial one. Proponents argue that it is necessary to protect the nation's security and sovereignty. They emphasize the importance of controlled immigration and the need to prioritize the well-being of Polish citizens. On the other hand, critics contend that the policy is discriminatory and counterproductive. They argue that it fails to address the root causes of migration and may even contribute to human trafficking and the exploitation of vulnerable individuals. Additionally, they emphasize the importance of international cooperation in managing migration crises. As with any contentious political issue, it is crucial that the debate remains grounded in facts and rational analysis, rather than being driven by fear or ideology. As the situation continues to unfold, it will be important to closely monitor the impact of the border closure on both Poland's internal stability and its relationships with its neighbours. Only time will tell whether this decision proves to be a necessary and prudent measure, or a misguided step that further divides an already fractured Europe. What are your thoughts on this? Share in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our